Been a couple months now since the record came out. Are you surprised by the reception it's received?
Yeah, pleasantly. Yeah, you never know. You always you aim high, but you expect low. I guess that's how we've always been. But it did pretty well, so it's pretty exciting.
I
Makes
mean,
me excited
it's
to work on the next one, you know.
it's been pretty commercially successful too, from what I hear.
Yeah, you mean like the reviews and as well as like the CD sales and stuff like
That
that?
that you've somehow convinced kids to actually spend money on music.
I know it's pretty weird, huh? Yeah, well, the Summer Slaughter tour, that was really fun. We were able to sell a lot of CDs on that, a lot of promotion. Just was all perfectly planned. It was cool.
Well, as I was saying to you earlier, I'm a huge fanboy of this record. I literally listen to it every single day. Usually at 4 in the morning as I'm driving across the Golden Gate Bridge heading towards Kron. So,
4
um,
a.m.
yep, it's part of my daily routine. And I think the thing that really speaks to me about this record is that for all the atmospherics and for all the crazy soloing and for all the craziness in general that's going on there, it really masks some very simple melodies.
Oh yeah, totally. That's like we definitely were going for that. Like even if there's like a kind of a crazy part that maybe has a lot of intricate riffing stuff, we'll probably put a layer on top of that that's got like really simple rhythm, something you could attach yourself to. Like you could dive into the layers. You could just choose which one's the foreground and which one's the background. You could just whichever what kind of person you're. If you're a death metal guy, you'll probably listen to the riffs. If you just want to listen to some good melodies, listen to the melodies. It's just like a layer kind of thing. You can choose which one. That's the idea. But it's all supposed to work together. I mean, you listen to it all at once.
I mean, I call it the Fallujah lasagna with all the layers.
Oh, yes, lasagna.
Yeah, there you go. Um, so you obviously on this tour, you did Canada as well after Summer Slaughter, and got to hang out with the Archspire guys.
Yeah.
And I'm not quite equally, but almost equally as much of a fanboy of their record this year. I think that it really did kind of set a new standard. Tell me what it's been like touring with those guys.
With those guys, well, we've played with them in Vancouver before. Every time we go up there, they're kind of like the hometown heroes for Tech Death up in Vancouver. So we've already met them, and they're totally funny and fun dudes. So touring with them was just like hanging out with them every night. It wasn't like, new. We already knew them and stuff, except for some of their newer members. But yeah, they're awesome guys. They're hilarious. They have a pretty similar sense of humor as us. It's you got to meet them. They're funny.
And so it just made sense to do this this short West Coast run.
Yeah, totally. I mean, it's literally from San Francisco to Vancouver, and they're from Vancouver, we're from San Francisco, so we just worked on the dates and booked it. We just wanted to do something quick before we go on to this other tour, this next tour.
Which is Europe with Dying Fetus, right?
Yeah. Dying Fetus, Goatwhore, and Malevolence.
Okay. And this is your second time to Europe.
Yeah, number two.
Yeah. So what's the reception like over there?
It's way different from the U.S. It's a whole different kind of deal. With the U.S., like seems like everybody's really connected. Everybody gets the same news from the same source. It's like kind of a general thing that goes across America, and everybody kind of gets on the same page when it comes to the tours and the bands and all that stuff. But when you're in Europe, you're on all these different countries, and they all have their own way of viewing things. And they have their own magazines and their own little web shows and stuff like that. So it's definitely divided. So you have to like kind of keep like going out there and really showing yourself, showing your dedication. And they also, you also got to put out a lot of albums and stuff like that. So you really gain their trust.
Yeah.
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 But
So
it's cool. There's certain places like France, that the reception's awesome. I think they just want to go out and listen to music and have fun. And Germany's like that. Italy's like that. I hope I'm not forgetting some, but there's some definite countries that just go wild. They're not going out there to be super critical and stuff. They're just going out to have fun, which is awesome for us. So
yeah. What was the most fun part about Summer Slaughter? As long as we're talking about fun here.
fun. Um, Fun. I don't know. It was just being there. I went to that tour when I was like younger, so it was cool to be on the tour, and then the fact that we knew most of the bands on the bill. Like we already knew members of Dying Fetus, and we already toured with Goatwhore, and we already knew Decrepit Birth because they're from our area. We played a lot of shows with them. I'm probably gonna forget some, but there was a lot of bands and the bands that we didn't know, it was just really easy to connect with them, and just all become a big group of friends. That's why it's fun. There's no stress, there's no drama or anything like that. Everybody was just helping each other out, and we were just trying to get through the show on time and everything. It was really fun.
I know, when I saw you on the opening date of that tour, I just was kind of welling with pride a little bit, because I've known you guys for so long, and I've seen you at, fucking mini warehouses and shit.
Oh yeah.
And to see you up there, doing that was really, really something special to me.
Yeah, it was totally awesome. Yeah. Glad you came out to that date.
And then tell me about the kids you met on the road.
The kids?
What was the reaction of just the kids that came out to the show that you wouldn't, like I said, these guys that I went to many warehouses to see are now like internationally famous. What's that like?
Well, as you know, we've done a lot of like do-it-yourself tours, where we just are the only band out there and we're playing local shows, and we've done slowly, gradually doing different bigger headliners and stuff like that. Like the headliners are bigger, and so it's cool to go to these tours, and then these people that came to your first tours are still coming out and hanging out, and you're reflecting on that and stuff. And then of course meeting a bunch of new fans, which is usually, those are pretty quick interactions. You're just saying hello, thanks for coming. Like if they dug the CD, talk about that for a second. But it's more memorable to me to see like some guys that I saw when I was like 18 or 19 still coming out like, hey dude, what's up? Like total different situation, but I don't know, it's cool. It's really fun. So yeah, after touring America so many times, like we've got some friends all over the place, and they're super cool, and they're super like down to come out and spend money. It's awesome.
Awesome. I'm just really so happy for your success. So you teased me a couple times saying you're working on new material. Anything you want to give us a little preview, hint, nudge about what we might expect?
Well, we want to get rolling on the next part. So yeah, we've already started writing riffs. Definitely put up some stuff together. That's all I can say, really.
I mean, are you thinking
it'll be Fallujah? Just think bigger. I don't know.
You said that, and I guess, that was the thing about the Flesh Prevails to me, was I was kind of expecting something kind of wildly different. And the first thing that, when I put it on is that you do wildly different things, but there's never any doubt that it's fucking Fallujah.
Yeah, I mean, just got to put those key elements in there, and then, I don't know, the rest is just free form, I guess. Just kind of doing what we want. We don't really focus too hard on, being a certain way, I guess. There's the things we like, and we keep putting them in there. I mean, we do think about some things. We have to keep some elements in there, to make sure it all sounds cohesive. But yeah, we just always, I feel like I'm really into just trying to refine it, like make it not too overcomplicated, just simple, but the same point, you know what I mean? That's the idea.
And Andrew really keeps you guys grounded.
Oh yeah, Andrew's got it down. Yeah, he's awesome.
Cool. All right, anything else you wanted to add?
Well, if you're American, keep coming to the shows. And if you're from Europe, I'll meet you in a month or so. Hopefully if you come out.